Hi, I'm Deli Dunn. I received a Dungeons & Dragons tarot deck for Christmas, and I thought it would be neat to do a 3-card spread and create a character from the cards. This deck changed the usual suits of swords, cups, pentacles, and wands for strength, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. I'm not sure how they match up, but between the guidebook and the images, I can make it work. First card is the Knight of Intelligence. This is a card of ambition and careful plans. The art is a powerful-looking knight who seems to be associated with light and leadership. He carries a hammer, which is a weapon, but it can also be used to build. Next card is a Ten of Wisdom. This card is for balancing the heart and mind and environment. She seems to be casting magic over her heart and reaching towards her head and to the winged serpent above her. Perhaps a druid summoning a creature to help her, or maybe she's protecting it. Last card is the Devil, a deal and how one deals with the darker side of the self. Featuring a devil with a contract in the background, hand outstretched, and a cup of wine, blood, consequences. Let's see. So I think the obvious thing to do is to have someone be offered a Warlock Pact. But I think I want to do it a little differently. There's lots of ways to do a deal with the devil. It doesn't have to be a literal devil. Maybe it's a difficult choice. Maybe it's a tiefling. Maybe both. I want to try and use some of the imagery of the cards, both in the painting and in the story, such as the outstretched hand and the fist over the heart, the sun and the light through the windows, a chalice. I think this character is going to build something for themselves and then have to choose between status quo and throwing it all away on something that is high risk and high reward. Anyway, I'm making a human rogue. His name is Ness. I think Ness was a nobody in a big town. His parents had a small laundry business until the Queen unhoused them and their entire neighborhood, so that they could build a training academy for war wizards. His parents relocated into the slums, not having any other options, but Ness was angry and deep down very jealous. Outwardly, he scoffed at the nobility and wealthy for being selfish and wasteful, but in truth he hungers for power and influence so that he couldn't be displaced again. He started building up a small messenger business. At first it's just him, quick on his feet and discreet. But as he started making more business, he brings in a few others to help. He has runners to deliver messages and packages for a small fee, and if they have their eyes and ears open and report back to him, then all the better. He starts collecting information and starts using that information to nudge things in one direction or another. A love letter ends up in the wrong hands, a note with anti-royal writings ends up on a noble's dresser, or some funds meant for the academy are lost, but hey, the slums have clean water. These things are probably not connected. Ness is able to improve the lot of his people, and for a while is able to keep them safe in his own shadowy organization secret, although there were whispers of the Shadow of Alltown, who nobles saw as a criminal mastermind and the lower class saw as a clever hero. At least until things came crashing down. His parents were sick, and Ness heard word that the Queen had a chalice that when drank from could cure diseases. Ness set out to steal it, but unbeknownst to him, one of his runners had been caught and spilled the beans. The chalice was a fake and had been planted with the knowledge of Ness's plight. The Queen had hired Illum Delani, a tiefling detective who had some innate sorceress magic, to catch Ness and put an end to his influence on the city. Illum cornered Ness, but rather than capturing him and sending him to the depths of the Queen's dungeon, he offered aid and his hand in friendship. Illum was an adventurer looking to discover and remove whoever had been aiding a dangerous mind flayer in subjugating a number of small towns to the north. Surprise, surprise, it was the Queen! Illum explained that he had heard rumors about the Shadow of Alltown and was actually here to recruit Ness into his little adventuring party and ask his aid in assassinating the Queen. Ness was upset and focused on the chalice that he had managed to bag, but Illum explained that it was a fake. But he had a big holy friend who was drinking and dicing in the guard tower as a distraction, who could heal Ness's parents. So Ness has to choose. Help Illum assassinate the Queen, throwing the town into chaos but getting some sweet revenge for treating his people so poorly, in addition to having aid for his ailing parents. His carefully crafted network would be in shambles, but he would have new allies that were clearly quite powerful and could help him accomplish more in the world. Or he could refuse to help, perhaps taking this information to the authorities and earning their trust and possibly their gratitude. He'd still have access to his network, and even if he had to work with people he despised, there was a chance he could influence them to the better. It would earn him new enemies, ones that thought they were a match against mind flayers and royalty, and there was a good chance that the Queen would take his warnings and throw him in jail anyway, just to be rid of a thorn in her side. I think the D&D player character thing to do would be to grab the plot hook and join Illum. But I think even if Ness took the Queen's route, a DM could still arrange for him to end up working with Illum's little party. Perhaps the Queen takes the opportunity to throw them both into the same dungeon. They would have to work on escaping together, with the added twist of distrust. This would put them on the run, but possibly leave the Queen in power to cause problems for later. What do you think he should choose? Should he trust this charismatic stranger? Or should he cling to the shadows of Alltown? What kind of character would you make with these cards? If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to continue on this art journey with me. Bye!